What is up, my guys? I'm just sitting here. Obviously, I'm smoking, so just taking a little break here. But I was me and Retro DM Ray were talking past few days, and he asked me what I planned on doing for my next Kentucky Rex video, and so I am probably going to. Well, no, I am. I'm going to talk about rules for kids. That's something that those of us who are parents that want to get our kids into the hobby, we try to figure out some ways to get them into the hobby, because let's face it, they're not going to be young forever. They're going to grow up and have their own lives and stuff like that. And, I'm blessed enough to have my children uh, small right now. So they're at that age where they get interested in this stuff like this, right? So, what can you do to kind of enthrall your kids in the games? And should you do special rules? Um, Now, I want to preface this by saying check out Retro DM Ray's channel. He has some stuff on this, and check out Rob's Game Group, his YouTube channel. He also talks about it. I believe he talks about it specifically in his uh, Basic Fantasy video. I'm not sure, but I recommend those. Check them out. Here's what I do. So, first and foremost, don't be afraid to run a pre-published adventure. Don't be afraid to kind of make it kid friendly. Uh, you know, if you have towns and cities already in the setting, well, then just make it kid friendly. It's not that big of a deal. Um, but if you decide you want to make everything from scratch, go ahead. Far be it from me to tell you what to do. I'm just I'm trying to come up with a way that's easiest, the path of least resistance, so to speak. With that, uh, something I also recommend is now some people, the death rule. Okay, so that one's a little bit touch and go. I think this depends on maturity level, not necessarily the age, but the maturity level of kids. So my oldest one is 8 years old, and she doesn't really play a lot of games where you can die. She plays uh, more competitive stuff, you know, like Roblox, and we monitor that, by the way. And Minecraft, you can die in Minecraft, but she usually runs it on God mode or build mode or whatever it's called. So, what do you do with that? Well, for her, we took out the death rule. Zero HP is you black out. Now, I give her three pre-generated characters that I control, and they can help her out and stuff like that. But obviously, they can go down too. Now, they are also subject to this blackout rule. That way, she's not hiring people all the time, because I mean, if she wants to play that game, we could try it out. Hire retainers or whatever. But by and large, I give her everything that she's going to need to get started on an adventure, and I tweak her gold a bit, her starting gold, depending on class. She tends to favor thieves and halflings, so which is a good combo. Once she found out what a halfling was, because she's seen me watch Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, but she doesn't really understand what a hobbit is. So, anyways, I've used actually, in the back of Morgan's Fort, the hard copy book. I'm not sure about the PDF, but I'm pretty sure it's in the PDF also. There's actually some pre-generated characters in the back of the book, the very last page, and you can use those if you wish. That's what I did. I used Lucas. I think one was named Apollo or Apollos. I can't remember. Anyways, I gave her three of these pre-generated characters, and it went on the adventure with her, and I explained to her what her role was as the thief of the party. We did party balance, and they went into the old island fortress, and they kind of goofed around a little bit, and she passed all of her saves for finding or all of her checks for finding the traps. Uh, this is why I do suggest using physical dice over digital dice, because it seems like digital dice is it operates too far on the average of the bell curve rather than having this true randomness. You know what I mean? But anyways, um, she she finds she finds some stuff, she finds some gold. She runs into some goblins, but the goblins are friendly because she actually rolls good on her charisma too. She had really good stats and everything except for strength. Strength was pretty terrible. But a thief is going to use a bow most of the time anyway. So, anyways, um, it was a nice little thing. And something too is that kids, especially young kids, love pets. They love like having pets in their games and stuff like that. I mean, why do you think Pokemon was so popular and still is? It's like this digital pet. They don't have to take care of it literally. Like none of the responsibility. It's just this thing to add to the game. So the Equipment Emporium actually has pets for sale. So, like I set up a pet shop in the middle of Morgansport so she can get it. And I redid the map a little bit to make it make more sense, but she's not going to see the map anyway, so it doesn't matter in terms of that. It's just something like you don't have to be. That's something when you're running for kids, you don't have to be strictly by the book if you don't want to be. So, like, if you want to add something, go ahead and add something. Um, so did that, and she took to it real well, and she liked it and stuff like that, and really, so you're probably wondering what my death roll necessarily is. Like, where's the consequence if she's just going to black out? Well, if she blacks out while while carrying treasure, any experience that she might have accumulated for the session and any gold she might have accumulated gets dropped into that room. So she goes back and she can get it again. Um, if she get it and bring it back, make it back to town without dying, then or without blacking out the next time, she gets it. If she blacks out before she can pick it up, she loses it permanently. So like it's kind of like I don't know how many of you have played Dark Souls or watched my Dark Souls playthroughs or Bloodborne or anything like that, but like in those games when you die, your souls, your blood echoes or whatever, they're your experience points and your currency, and so they get dropped on the ground, and you must pick them back up. If you die before you go grab that experience again, then you lose it forever. Now, if she has killed monsters uh, before, they don't necessarily respawn unless she dies again. And then the treasure chest respawns as well, but with a twist. Like I'll add a little curveball. Nothing too terrible, but something like an alarm or something, nothing lethal. Like an alarm or smoke trap or something like that. Blinding flash, you know, stuff like that. It all comes down to there's nothing very hard about these rules, and by hard I mean like you must follow these. Like you have to judge the maturity level of your kids. Uh, you have to judge the maturity level of your kids, and you have to judge um their comprehension of the rules and how the gameplay goes about. Um, if they don't know, then they can't. Then they're going to stumble and fall. So like you as a parent, or maybe you're doing this for a community, right? Maybe you're doing this at a community center and blah blah blah. Um, you need to make sure that the that you're not being, let's put it this way, for lack of a better term, gatekeeping. Don't be gatekeeping the kids, because they've done nothing wrong. I don't care if you gatekeep adults, but don't gatekeep kids. Have them understand the rules, have them understand what it's all about. Um, Really, that's all I can think of to say on that. To me, it seems like a pretty straightforward thing, and as of right now, everything is still pretty newish to her. And so the game hasn't had to have very many more nuances added to it. So rather just her talking and figuring out and asking questions, and kid. Here's something too. Kids don't understand the concept of metagaming. You know, so obviously the level of assertiveness that you would take as a referee to adults doesn't really apply here because these are children. So you need to, like, in terms of metagaming knowledge, explain it, walk them through it, and that really about it. There's really no concrete thing. It all is very subjective. It comes down to whether or not your kids comprehend the rules well enough, and like if they even have any kind of game knowledge prior. Just play a game, have fun. Um, I wish I had more to add to this. I just simply don't. So, at the risk of rambling on, I guess this is going to be it. I'm still figuring out other subjects for the Kentucky Rex channel because it seemed like for a bit that I kind of ran out of things to talk about, but um, I'm still fiddling around, figuring it out. Um, but stay tuned as always. Um, I'm not going to do a Fellowship of the Ring of Protection this weekend, but I will probably be doing it in the middle of the week because I'm supposed to have 3 days off work then. So I plan on trying for either Wednesday or Thursday. Not sure yet. But in any case, um, maybe even Friday. Probably Friday. Everybody seems to be off on Friday and they tune it. Before I go, um, still plugging St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Still plugging that charity. Um, hair's getting a little bit longer now. Not quite there yet, but I mean you can see it's getting bushier, and the facial hair and everything is pretty rough. This is all going to be staying for a while, as terrible as it looks. Um, and I'm getting ready to give my donation to them. And really, that's about it. I mean, visit their website, donate if you can, and just help support them. And um, yeah, that's really all I got to plug on that. So good charity, good institute. It's all donor based. They don't charge the parents or the kids a dime for anything there because it's all based off of donations and charity. So I like for organizations like that to keep getting those donations and charity because I mean, Lord forbid, I hope I never have to use their services. But if I was in those parents' shoes and my child was sick, I would love to utilize them. Um, so, anyways, St. Jude's Children's Hospital, check them out. Like I said, check out Retro DM Ray and check out Rob's Game Group. Um, so, with that, guys, take care. God bless. See you on the other side.